Hi, my name is Lori. Welcome to my garden. I didn't really anticipate creating a video today that I thought I would end up, editing and putting on my channel, but here I am. It's raining right now, but I'm still out. I just moved all of my plants and flowers that I bought for this season. I think this is all of them. I'm not sure. There are a few more that I would like to get for the growing season, but we'll see. And I just brought them out from the garage because we actually had a freezing warning 2 nights ago and the night before that, and so I had to bring them all in. Luckily, everything did okay. I am in zone 4A. I live in the Midwestern part of the United States, so we do get very, very cold winters. I would probably say we have a pretty short growing season. It's safe for us to begin to plant things. The rule of thumb is like after Mother's Day, but that's not always true, as we just had a frost warning 2 nights ago, which was today is the 19th, so that was on the 16th and 17th. So you just never know in this state. Yeah, so I have just been out looking at all the plants, and I was just going to do a little recording of the plants I have. And yeah, so it's kind of just a update of what things look like and what I plan to plant, and just having a good time. So if I do put this on my channel, thanks for stopping by, and yeah, let me know if you like to garden, or say hi. All right, thanks. And I'm just coming out to check and see what everything looks like, and everything's getting watered really well. These are what's left of some of my tulips that need to bloom just yet. There's only a few of them. And my lily of the valleys over here are really coming up this year, because I wonder if the rain has something to do with that. Some of them have even flowers already, which is exciting. There's even some over here, which I don't really think did very well last year. I don't think I saw quite so many. So there's a few over here that are coming up out of the dirt. And I have a little tiny hosta over there. And it never really seems to get any farther than that. But maybe I can do something this year. Here is the peony. This is our smaller one. It's like a pink, and it's got all the little buds. Here is my zinnia from Mary, and this is a morning glory right here. I don't know, it seems kind of floppy. I hope that's normal for it. Maybe the rain is causing that. Here's my other morning glory. I don't know if that one is doing so well. I don't know. More zinnias, which seem to be doing good. Those are all Johnny Jump Ups that will flower. Zinnias. My tulips that are now done. Here's the peony on this side. A lot of buds this year. This is the daisy. Kind of went crazy last year. Our lily. This is also 2 more zinnias that I planted that seem to be doing okay. These are our yellow irises. All the Johnny Jump Ups that really just filled in this spring. Irises. They look a little beat up. The lilacs smell so good. They're all flopping over, of course, but they're still hanging in there. They really turned out pretty this year. Lots of rain. This is our other big hedge, and it doesn't really put on, big flowers, but it has these little tiny ones, if you look up close, which are cute. And this hedge is really big this year because we didn't trim it down, and it's probably gonna need to get some trimming this year because we don't want it too terribly big, but it looks beautiful. Too many flowers this season, and some of them look like they've already fallen off, so probably gonna trim that one soon. And we call this our wannabe hydrangea. I don't really know. It usually gets a lot of light white blossoms, but they're just, I don't know. Maybe they're still getting ready to turn white. Or maybe we just didn't cut it very well this last year or do fertilizer the way it needed. I think it's called, oh gosh, I can't remember the name. It's not a true hydrangea though. Here's my purple iris, and it did give me one bloom this year, which the rain completely knocked over. You can see it down there, so I'm kind of sad about it, but I did get a good picture before it did take a tumble. I'm thinking of transplanting some of these irises at the end of the season because I think they need a little more sunlight. But they actually grew more of them this year than in the 2 years past. These are all the daylilies. I think there was some rain that spilled over from our gutters here, so it's actually kind of mashed looking. And this is one of my other lilies that I planted 3 seasons ago. The very first year, the rabbits chewed it all up, and I got one flower, and I had about 2, I guess, stalks. But now, this year, it gets bigger every year, and it looks like I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 that I can actually see. So we'll see how that turns out. This is kind of a tricky spot here because it gets afternoon shade, but it doesn't get a lot of moisture, and the soil is really dry. I tried to add some topsoil to it last year. I always have to just keep an eye on it though, because it just kind of has a hard time with growing things. Here are some daisies that I had gotten from Mary last year, the same ones, and they went ahead and volunteered themselves to grow here. I didn't plant them here, but they're getting ready to get little flowers, and they're doing actually quite well. And maybe I'll just leave them there because they do kind of cheer up the spots, and then it'll help with weed control. And these right here are where my crocuses were, and I had maybe 2 little flowers and the rabbits got to them this year, but they're still hanging in there, so we'll see. A lot of things to do. I did buy a ton of flowers already that I haven't planted because of the rain, but it is nice enough to bring them out, and I'll do a little run by of those. I'll go ahead and start with our fuchsia. We just got this one for the spring summer growing season at Menards, and I love fuchsias. The purple and the pink and the white, which I didn't find so far. I don't know if they just didn't get them this year, or if they're still getting stuff in. It's mid-May now already. I just can't believe it. But I'm just hanging it here for right now. I might move the spot because sometimes this hook, it doesn't have a lot of movement and it kind of bangs against this beam, but I'm just gonna set it here right now. So we bought a tray of marigolds. This one is from Menards, and it was like a deal. So they all came in one tray, and it was a single price. And it was funny because I was initially picking out marigolds individually, which I'll show you here in a minute, and then we saw this tray, and anyway, long story short, we ended up purchasing a tray. And then the same applied for these petunias, and they're all the same color, but you know what, that is okay because they're just so beautiful. We ended up getting kind of like this purple violet color, and we got these at Runnings. That's one of the stores we have here where we live, and it was a good deal. I think it was like don't quote me on this, I want to say it was like maybe $13 for the whole tray, or $12.99 or something, or maybe even $11.99, which I didn't think was bad, because this next one is one that I selected on my own, and this one was more. And I love the Alyssum, I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but these really do well for me. This is the 3rd season that I've had them. I bought more. They're a really great ground cover for me, and they also do good just about anywhere, and they'll last this season for me. These are the marigolds I initially started picking out on my own, and I was going to switch them out for other plants, but we ended up just keeping them in our tray, and then we did some red petunias at the end there. These were gifted to me from my friend. She's not much of a gardener, and she won them in a raffle, and they're just such a pretty purple color, petunias. And then I got this white little tray at Walmart this season. My husband is a big fan of sunflowers, And so we got one of these. This one is also from Runnings. And we're trying this other one, which is a newer. I've never had one of these. I don't know if it's like a double sunflower. Here, I'm just trying to turn it around without breaking anything. Here it is. And it's just so pretty. And so we got that one for this season as well. A new plant for me is a clematis. My neighbor has them, and I'm finally gonna try it. We got this variety. I didn't realize that there were different varieties, but there are. She has some really deep purple ones. This one is kind of a lighter purple, and I just love the center. And then this one we got from Menards, and that one has different look to it as well. And it had a lot of little buds on it, and they're already opening. So those are our clematis. I love Gerber daisies. We got quite a few of them this year. Red, orange, pink. I have 2 geraniums so far. I tend to go crazy with geraniums, but I only have 2 right now. Dahlias. I'm such a fan. I tried to overwinter my tubers this last season, and I just didn't do a very good job. So they didn't make it. I'm gonna try these. These are a little bit of a fancier petunia, pink with a yellow center. And I have like a yellow one right here. Here's a fuchsia. I have one hanging already. I did a little recording on that. This is also new for me. It's a bleeding heart. I picked this one up at Walmart this year. I'm a little nervous about it. They do like shade, but I've always wanted one. I'm not quite sure where I'm gonna put it just yet, but I am excited about it. Here's kind of like a long little vining petunia, another fuchsia, and then these are ones that my neighbor gave me that I still need to plant. This is a zinnia, and this is actually a snapdragon. So that's what I have so far. I'm gonna be busy. Caught in action, eating my strawberry plants. He is really a troublesome bunny.